Well, hey there. It's your old buddy Dan back from Beach Church with another message. First of all, I want to thank the good people at Beach Church for allowing us to stand on this platform and deliver these words, especially Pastor Jimmy, who does such a great job of leading that body. We just thank all of y'all for all that you do. Well, today we're in the book of Psalms, chapters 51 through 55. 5 more Psalms written by David. Psalm 51 is thought to be David's reaction to the Lord calling him out about his affair with Bathsheba. Recall that one day David stayed home from the battlefield. As he was surveying his surroundings, his eye caught Bathsheba. David was mesmerized. He called for her, and they conceived a little boy. One problem: Bathsheba was married. And to make matters even more complicated, she was married to a high ranking officer in David's army, Uriah the Hittite. Desiring to make Bathsheba his own, David sent word to his army to put Uriah right at the front line of the battle, knowing Uriah would be killed. Nathan the prophet would confront David with this judgment from the Lord: "The sword will never depart from your house because you despise me." And to his credit, here in Psalm 51, David is not hiding his transgression from the Lord. I do find the first part of verse 4 worth some reflection. "Against you, you only have I sinned," David tells the Lord. What about Uriah? I reckon David had seen enough of this world to conclude that Uriah is in store for glorification before the Lord. David, on the other hand, must appeal to the Lord. "Cleanse me with hyssop." And if you're like me, you might not know that hyssop was an herb often used in the ancient world for ceremonial purification. "Create in me a pure heart," David pleads. "Do not cast me from your presence." While the Lord has made it clear through the prophet Samuel he desires obedience, not sacrifice, David can only offer this consolation: "My sacrifice, O God, is a broken spirit." Psalm 52 is a different story. This is thought to be David's reaction to the incident between Ahimelech the priest, Doeg the Edomite, and King Saul. David had been on the run, fleeing Saul. Ahimelech the priest provided David comfort in that moment. Doeg the Edomite was witness to that. Doeg told King Saul about it, and Saul summoned Ahimelech. Saul ordered his men to put Ahimelech and his entire family to death. None would. And so Saul appealed to Doeg to execute all of them. That's what he did. In light of that, David's indignance in this psalm is palpable. "Surely God will bring you down to everlasting ruin," David forewarns, continuing, "He will uproot you from the land of the living." As for himself, David commits this: "I will hope in your name, for your name is good." Psalm 53 is another one that is special to me. There are those times when our regrets get the better of us. If you're like me, there may have been a time when you were that fool David describes in the first verse, saying in your heart, "There is no God." For those of us who have been without the Lord, the judgment coming from this broken world can be pretty harsh. This judgment is a product of confusion, after all, devoid of redemption. One day, as I was facing down my own regret, the Lord gave me verse 3 of this psalm: "There is no one who does good, not even one." One by one, the demons tormenting me dropped their stones and faded away. As I reflect on the way David laments the unbelievers throughout the rest of this psalm, I am reminded of the words of Hosea. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Psalm 54 is thought to be David's reflection on the Ziphites selling him out to Saul. Call that David fled to Ziph after facing the Philistines at Keilah. Just as Saul was about to find David there, Saul was forced to abandon his mission, having been alerted that the Philistines were raiding Israel. Right from verse 1, David cries out for salvation. Save me, O God, by your name. Vindicate me by your might. Arrogant foes are attacking me, he complains. Ruthless people are trying to kill me. In the end, however, David finds calm. You have delivered me from all my troubles, and my eyes have looked in triumph on my foes. Psalm 55 rings of a different battlefield altogether. Politics. The kind of politics we are watching today, full of intrigue if you have eyes to see. The dangers are real. In verse 4, David expresses, the terrors of death have fallen on me. It's important to remember that while we regard David as a great warrior, he was forced to recognize the subtle world of political contention as well. David describes one foe starting in verse 13, a man like myself, my companion, my close friend, with whom I once enjoyed sweet fellowship at the house of God as we walked about among the worshipers. Although these were once friends, David acknowledges, evening, morning, and noon I cry out in distress. David tells us his talk is smooth as butter, yet war is in his heart. His words are more soothing than oil, yet they are drawn swords. David cannot simply slay this enemy any more than our politicians can slay one another. And so he assures himself, cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken, ultimately concluding, as for me, I trust in you. We can see that in his mind, David trusted in the Lord. Through all the battles we read about, that's where spiritual warfare plays out, in the mind. I'm reminded of Paul's admonition to the Corinthians. Take every thought captive to Christ Jesus. How else could we trust in him if we couldn't confess our transgression, our indignance, our fears? As we can see, he's big enough to handle all of it. Well, that's all there is for today. I do appreciate the time and attention you give us to watch these videos. I pray this